Imagine this is you're taking a walk at night, but you hear something behind some trees. Instead of being a beta male, you decide to chat up and check out the sound only to find a glowing lake and some clothes on the ground. After a couple more seconds, you call upon your Michael Bay powers and transform into your sussy Autobots form, but instead of rolling out, you try to be a ninja after seeing something you likey. Of course, instead of being a gentleman, you remember some words from the legendary pervy sage that taught you your skills, so you continue to say nothing while witnessing a goddess in their true form. But then last second, you start sweating because the person randomly disappears and goes poof like a ghost out of nowhere. You blink a couple more times, but then it dawned on you, you screwed up real bad for being a sussy backa for just a couple minutes, and now it's time to pay the price. Seconds later, while you figure out what the heck is going on, you get ganked from behind and a hand appears beside you, slowly tapping on the tree bark. Now that you have to turn around after getting caught in plain sight, you find the same goddess busy questioning your motives earlier, but you don't really have an excuse. So what do you do if you get stuck in this situation? Well, all you need to do to get out of this sticky ordeal is to channel your inner Rizgod powers and hope for the best. Sprinkle in some compliments, then start profusely apologizing for your actions and you're good to go, since that's literally what our boy just did right here. This guy's name is Mugun, but the difference between him and the average Joe is that bro is hiding a Prince Behemoth behind his defensive armor, and it can ravage any opponent if he so wishes. Anyways, this goddess already knew Mugat, that hidden legendary beast, so she plays along trying to entice our boy to make it up to her after being a supreme sussy baka. And in just mere seconds, she shows her Stacy form and tells Mu that it's time for him to truly show he's sorry by going to work in her fields. As such, our boy did just that as expected, as Mu understood the assignment as soon as he transformed, since he couldn't help himself contain his spicy chicken fingers from below. And so the rest was history as our boy started working the fields as soon he has arrived in town, but let's just say both parties were just getting ready to party rocking in the house tonight. Unfortunately, the entire thing turned out to just be a dream, leaving this boy totally frustrated that he didn't even get to show off the nether dragon ready to enter her portal. He then starts tearing up because who can blame him, really? Bro just got plucked from a perfect dream only to end up figuring out he got spoiled by just a movie trailer. Regardless, fast forward to the next day, we learn that our bro's name is Nadewon and he just turned 21. We'd also discover that this bro keeps having the same dream of being this mystical dude named Mugun, and by happenstance, the same girl keeps turning up in his dream as well. Nonetheless, Daewon firmly believes that his dreams must mean something since bro even has the same last name and even kind of looks like him. But as he keeps trying to figure out what it all means, some girl taps him on the shoulder looking like she's hiding some twin dragons of her own. The girl in glasses is revealed to be named Yunha, so these two have been friends for a long time, but right here, he just got friend-zoned by her by claiming she sees him like a brother. Nevertheless, their relationship is a literally bit weird, but since our boy just turned 21, he shows up at a nearby park as she asked him to wait for her there as a surprise. Unfortunately, bad luck befalls Daewon instantly as a baseball comes speeding at him. As he watches it comes toward him, his soul starts to leave his body as he notices the baseball change direction mid-air as it decides to target the Dragon Balls on him instead. Luckily for him though, it drops velocity last second and barely misses his target prize, but the impact is seen to be tremendous. We then learn that ever since he started dreaming about being Mugun and seeing the goddess, life-threatening events started to occur in his daily life, where he seems to be the target of all bad things. Fast forward inside a restaurant where Yuna has finally met up with our boy, but the first thing she does is ask her best friend if he's okay, because weird things keep happening recently. She then whips out her phone and shows Daewon a picture of a fortune-telling place she wants to bring him as she thinks it could help out with his sudden misfortune. Now if we take a second and look closer at the girl, Yuna has an eerie resemblance to the goddess in his dreams. Maybe our bro has been really wanting to smash her rice cakes for a very long time now. Regardless, he refuses to go as he thinks there's no science behind fortune-telling, even though bro already believes that his dreams is somehow trying to connect with him. But just as he was about done finishing his diss track about tacky, unproven science fiction, his destiny strikes back with steaming bowl of soup attempting to destroy his future seedlings. Luckily for him though, he's able to dodge right in time as the sizzling plate lands on the floor instead. So after getting sent a warning signal from the otherworldly realm, our boy quickly does a 180 about what he said before and tells Yunha he's ready to accept his true fate. After quickly paying for their food, the two find themselves outside the fortune teller, but the place surprisingly looks a little bit modern. Upon entering inside, the two are greeted by a woman whose twin pyramids of Giza are clearly out and about without any care in the world. Anyways, our editor has to avoid dropping the scene any lower, or else he will find someone in their birthday suit busy trying to read our boy's destiny. But as our two childhood friends patiently wait for her read, the fortune teller drops her book in shock after finding out about his fortune. To confirm her suspicions, she double-checks by asking Daewon if his last name is Na, which our boy confirms even though he never told the sussy lady his full name. Upon hearing his confirmation, the lady starts to look even more stunned as she knows his future will unravel something great, and it's no coincidence she can read his entire story like a book. Nonetheless, she snaps out of her shocked state and quickly asks Yoonha to leave as she needs to reveal something to Daewon privately. Now me personally, if I was here, man, I wouldn't leave my best guy friend alone with a girl looking like a straight psycho, especially if she's barely equipping any armor to protect the breastplate. Regardless, like a true friend, she leaves the room without any hesitation, but our boy already starts to get nervous as the bro will need to make sure his banana tree plantation does not accidentally rise up from the ashes. Shortly after Yuna closes the door behind her, the fortune lady instantly commands Daewon to even equip the bottom set of his armored plate legs, causing our boy to freeze as he thinks he's imagining what she just said. Much to his surprise, she assertively repeats herself again due to our boy not saying anything back at all, causing him to finally warn her that whatever she's telling him to do is totally reportable to Riot Games. However, she smirks and lets him know that she isn't planning to turn his car into Sussy Street, but our boy is already totally riled up, so he gets up and tells her not to move. With Daewon now totally angry that some random lady would have the gall to order him to unsheath his dragon sword in front of her, he starts walking to the door looking like he's about to snitch to everyone outside. But the fortune teller barely looks flustered, and instead she claps back, where she asks him inquisitively if there's a woman inside all his dreams. Upon hearing her super accurate guess, Daewon stops right in his tracks, totally dumbfounded how she knew exactly about his dreams even though he never shared those details. Now that she has his full attention, she whips out a book and asks Daewon if he would like to hear about it, as it's an old story she thinks is related to him. But since our boy was totally insistent on ratting her out to everyone literally just a few seconds ago, she looks to the side whilst telling him he doesn't have to stay since he's free to do whatever he wants. Suddenly, Daewon called upon the powers of his Optimus Prime and willingly showcased it to the fortune teller without any problems, unlike before. But then our boy goes wide-eyed as the Optimus Prime made the fortune teller transform into Megan Fox, so she instinctively started helping Optimus Prime turn into Megatron. And just like that, our boy for the first time ever experienced what's it like to have a relentless Roomba bot send him to the heavenly realms as Megan Fox revved up the engine hoping to see a turbo boost. Now, to be clear, the only reason the fortune lady transformed is because she realized the legend was actually real, as bro was hiding something even bigger than the Titanic. Anyways, he tries to tell Megan Fox to not cross any lines since his king Behemoth will explode at any moment, but she crosses it anyways. After our boy gave away some free lactose-free whipped cream, the fortune lady instantly drank the milk-flavored Slurpee, whilst exclaiming out loud she expected the Slurpee to taste like dairy. Now that she has successfully confirmed our bro really is the real deal, she gets up and proclaims Daewon indeed had the powerful Chad energy passed down to him by the undefeated Demon King. Unfortunately, as he lays down in an attempt to regain some of his energy back from his crazy volcano release for his science project, he learns from the lady he doesn't have much time before they take away his legendary behemoth. As such, Daewon gets up instantly just so he can learn more about his foretold future, but the girl starts reading a green book with no letters on it. Nevertheless, she told the story of a man named Mugun who fell in love with a woman at first sight. The two lovebirds then ended up getting happily married, just like in those romance anime and K-dramas where they even formed a family with 3 kids. But then, this was the plot twist. The girl happened to be the daughter of the Jade Emperor, and upon learning he's about to perish, she agreed to go see him with the kids, but one of the boys stayed back. However, it was actually just a trap, and the Jade Emperor truly hated how Mu took his daughter from him, so he baited his daughter to come back. The old geezer was so ruthless that when he cursed Mu, he also cursed the youngest child that stayed with him since he was a daddy's boy. But here's the biggest catch of them all. It turns out that the curse forces the entire family to always do rice cake smashing to relieve their dough energy, or else face the consequence of their legendary behemoths randomly disappearing one night forever. And so the lady basically reveals to Daewon he just happens to get the long end of the stick as he's a descendant of Mu's family and bro has inherited the Chad gene. So now, the fortune lady is totally head over heels for him as she cannot believe that she has stumbled upon a noble man from the legendary family, as bro is rarer than any mythical fruit from Roblox fruits. Nevertheless, even after learning everything about his curse, Daewon gets mad that she still took over his Megatron without his outright permission. However, the fortune lady makes a good point by claiming that she had to do it just so she could save his life, as bro never volcano erupted before. Nonetheless, she continued on by also revealing to him that although he has a curse for life, there's a bright side to all of this as he gained a very rare skill from his ancestor. Now this skill is called the legendary energy of the Undefeated King, where he can literally just look into someone's eyes, and if he makes physical contact with their secret zone simultaneously, then they'll instantly fall for him forever.